Charlie's letters. Letter 39. 1 Thessalonians 5:2 is the verse for today. For you yourselves know full well that the day of the Lord will come just like a thief in the night. I remember hearing a song one time entitled Long Distance Eyes. As I thought about it, these thoughts came to my mind. Long distance eyes look back to learn from the past, but not live there. Long distance eyes look at today because that's where God has me right now. Long distance eyes look to the future, only to see the reward in eternity with God. The future between now and then is in God's hands. He says, so do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will care for itself. Every day has enough trouble of its own. That's Matthew 6:34 and James 4:13 and 14. When Abraham needed to go to war, the Bible tells us he led out his trained men born in his house, 318 men. Genesis 14:14. Whenever I see these verses, I see what God is doing in the ministry. He's called us to. When we need soldiers to follow God's direction and what He has us doing, we look to the men He has brought into our family of men who are there for one another. God has so richly blessed us. Who do you take with you when you have to go to war? Halftime is a book that does such a great job of showing us the difference of pursuing success instead of significance. If I'm looking for success alone, I've probably left God out of what I'm doing. If I give myself to Him and pursue Him, not results, then He blesses me with contentment. The results are always God's, not mine. Colossians 1:28 and 29. Back in 1983, I was encouraged to go on staff with CBMC. I began learning a lesson that has encouraged and blessed me as well as many other godly people who financially support us in the ministry. I began to see that the dollars they sent made the ministry possible, but the prayers they prayed for us made the ministry profitable. There's a small verse in the Bible that God used to turn my life from life to death and then to real life. It was James 2:19. In my Bible it says, Charlie, you believe that God is one. You do well. And the demons also believe and shudder. You see, every time someone mentioned God or the Bible to me, my defense or my answer was always, I believe. When the truth of this verse set in, I realized I may have known about God, but I didn't know Him. Then John 1:12 brought it all together. As to many as received Him, to them He gave the right to become the children of God, even to those who believe in His name. Do you believe? Have you received? That's the letter for today.